Gates will do a good job if he's confirmed by the Senate.
Wildfires are raging on both coasts. The nearly 21,000-acre mountain fire in California's Ventura County is now 82% contained a week after it started. At last check, flames had destroyed at least 239 structures. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, forest fire rangers are getting a better handle on the large brush fire burning up the New Jersey border. Natalie Fiore has details.
For the rest of the week. Officials say a bear was seen and is recovering from burns sustained in the fire. The entire Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island region are at a high risk of fire danger.
The FBI is offering a $25,000 reward for information that leads them to the suspect who set fires at ballot boxes in Washington and Oregon. The FBI says it needs more information about the suspect's vehicle. Early 2003 2004 Volvo S60 sedan, dark in color with dark wheels and a light-colored interior. I'm Lisa Taylor. There are people patrolling the house next to the election. There are many Democratic Bill Rollins who has conceded.
I'm going to be honest, it sucks, especially after campaigning back-to-back for nearly 3 years. But I will never regret running.
This is the second straight time that Calvert has beat Rollins, a district that runs from the Los Angeles suburbs to Palm Springs. And this victory was closer. He won by just 3 points. Calvert is the longest-serving House Republican in California, having first taken office in 1993. A new study by the Cleveland Clinic and the University of Southern California reveals that COVID-19 can be deadly for years after getting sick. Scott Pringle has details.
The study shows that those who get COVID are twice as likely to suffer a fatal heart attack, stroke, or death for up to 3 years after the COVID diagnosis. The risk is even higher for those who have been hospitalized with COVID or have had previous history of heart disease. Doctors think there is likely to be a rise in cardiovascular disease globally in the coming years.
Craig Melvin will be taking the place of Hoda Kotb as the host of NBC's Today Show. Jacqueline Carl has more.
Kotb's final show as host will be January 10th after she announced earlier this year she will be departing to spend more time with her family and health. There's a 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. hours alongside Savannah Guthrie. Melvin began contributing to NBC News as a reporter in 2011. Became the Today Show's weekly news anchor in 2018.
There's just one game on the college football schedule tonight. Tulsa will welcome East Carolina for a battle in the American Athletic Conference. East Carolina enters the game at 5-4 after winning 2 straight. Tulsa has a record of 3-6. Losing last week, 4 people are under arrest in the Los Angeles area for attempted insurance fraud by saying a bear damaged their cars. Instead, a person in a bear costume. Market Insurance reviewed the footage, saying they knew right away it was actually a human being. Search was executed for officials found the bear costume in the suspect's home. I'm Lisa Taylor.
This is your 24/7 news update. The latest news this hour in just 4 minutes.
President-elect Donald Trump is nominating Florida Republican Matt Gaetz for U.S. Attorney General. Yesterday was a war.
Followed closely by where Nick Gates was resigning from Congress. That resignation means the House Ethics Committee investigating Gates over allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use will no longer have the ability to continue to probe.
Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says that everybody knows Matt Gaetz won't get confirmed as Attorney General. California Republican McCarthy told Bloomberg Television in an interview that he thinks Trump's picks so far are very good, except one. McCarthy said he believes the move serves to deflect from Trump's other selections. House Speaker Mike Johnson is retaining the gavel for another 2 years. Johnson was running unopposed and won the speakership nomination on a voice vote. Republicans also voted Steve Scalise as House Majority Leader. Nominations came just after Republicans secured majority control of the House. Tropical storm Sarah is expected to form in the Caribbean soon. The storm is projected to deliver life-threatening conditions to Central America as it potentially heads to the Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center is warning residents on Florida's Gulf Coast to watch the forecast as the storm could hit the U.S. next week. Oil and gas companies are eagerly awaiting the start of the Trump administration. They've warned that it's too early. There can't be too much of a good thing.
It's going to be good until it's not, which means that until he puts out so much oil that price goes to $20-30 a barrel, and all of a sudden everybody loses their job.
Jay Young runs the King Operating Corporation, which is an independent oil and gas company in Texas. He says it's crucial that we balance supply and demand. Part of that, he says, is ending the Biden administration's ban on new exports of liquefied natural gas. Betting platform Polymarket is calling an FBI raid on its CEO's home obvious political retribution for predicting Donald Trump's election victory. The Justice Department is investigating the company for allegedly allowing U.S.-based customers to make trades on the platform in violation of restrictions. I'm Lisa
Bike
Taylor.
trail, buddy.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who claimed the Sandy Hook school shooting was a hoax, is vowing to fight the sale of his Texas-based media empire. He bought at auction by the owners
Bro,
of
she a beast, bro.
website called
I
The
give it
Onion.
to her. She just got up on Sand Hill,
Without
bro.
a court order. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling.
The sale of InfoWars was ordered by a judge to pay off a defamation suit won by the Sandy Hook families. The press release says the deal was done with their help. The gun violence prevention group Every Town for Gun Safety was also part of the purchase. Their president said in a statement that they're proud to be part of stopping the flow of hurtful misinformation. A bipartisan coalition of 47 attorneys general is calling on the FCC to improve its robocall mitigation database. They say a loophole in the database allows bad actors to exploit the U.S. telephone network. South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley calls illegal robocalls a nuisance, saying it's time for the FCC to strengthen
Bike trail, buddy. Spiders on my feet.
Lawmakers are talking about
Oh,
ways
she
to
got up
combat
the hill by
endemic
herself.
and chronic diseases that
Oh,
affect people.
shit, beast. Shit, beast, bro. Shit, beast. Where you going? Shit, beast. She got up here, bro. Damn. That was nice.
Bills filed for the upcoming session would get additives and preservatives out of free and reduced price school lunches. The Butterfield Bermuda Championship is underway. This week's PGA Tour fall event is going down at the Port Royal Golf Course in Southampton Parish, Bermuda. Fall events give players the final chance to improve their status heading into the 2025 FedEx Cup season.
I knew you guys were lying about something.
First trailer is being released for the upcoming Netflix film Back in Action. Stars Rodriguez returning to acting after an 11-year hiatus. Jamie Foxx is retired CIA agent couple. Their normal suburban life changes when the cover is exposed. The rest of the cast includes Kyle Chandler, Glenn Close, and Andrew Scott. Back in Action hits Netflix January 17th. I'm Lisa Taylor.
This is your 24/7 news update. The latest news this hour in just 4 minutes.
President-elect Donald Trump has
Shit
nominated
already.
Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. Lisa Taylor has more.
In a post on Truth Social, Trump said Gaetz is deeply gifted and a tenacious attorney. The president-elect added few issues are more important than ending the partisan weaponization of the justice system. In a post on X, Gaetz said it will be an honor to serve as Attorney General. I'm Lisa Taylor.
The resignation means the House Ethics Committee investigating Gaetz over allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use no longer
Y'all
have
get
the
a
ability
good, beautiful view. I got it.
reportedly in the
I'm
final
showing this.
stages. Crews are steadily
Wow, it's
making
peaceful.
progress battling blazes on the Gulf Coast. The nearly 21,000-acre mountain fire in California is now 79% contained. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, the Jennings Creek fire burning on the New Jersey-New York border is continuing today after scorching several thousand acres. A 14-year-old boy faces arson charges for allegedly starting one of the recent brush fires in southern New Jersey. Scott Pringle with more.
Police allege the boy intentionally set the fire last month that eventually burned through 50 acres on the border of Evesham Township in Berlin. They didn't reveal how the boy started it. The 14-year-old was arrested a week ago. Police are now investigating to see if he has a connection to a larger wildfire nearby that started the same day that he was arrested.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who claimed the Sandy Hook school shooting was a hoax, is vowing to fight the sale of his Texas-based media empire. It was bought at auction by the owners of a satirical website called The Onion.
And they said, well, they're shutting us down even without a court order. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling.
The sale of InfoWars was ordered by a judge to pay off a defamation suit won by Sandy
Man, bike
Hook
trail, buddy.
family.
Want to go up
Press
there?
release says the deal was
But
done
shit.
with their help.
The bike can't do it.
I
gotta steal the trail.
Gavin Newsom has met with congressional leaders in Washington,
Oh, that was
D.C. to protect disaster funding and clean air protection. Newsom says the meeting was urgent before President-elect Donald Trump takes office and potentially threatens California's access to federal funds.
And I guess that's what people voted for, but I got to tell you,
a lot of folks
I'm trying to go higher.
and so we're gonna be firm.
Governor says President Biden would never hesitate to help California during disasters, but he worries about the president-elect. New York Senator Chuck Schumer is reacting to a series of disturbing posters popping up at the University of Rochester. Liz Warner reports.
Hundreds of posters featuring images of faculty and staff members with the word wanted have been displayed on campus recently. Including wanted for murder and wanted for committing war crimes, which are believed to be a reference to the
lymphoma, and in that time I've had 3 surgeries. I've had
I hope the camera caught all of
a
this
little
shit.
bit of hair.
That was
65-year-old,
crazy.
known to fans as Uncle Joey, said doctors had told him his curability rate is likely upwards of 90%. Bouye said he has tried to retain a sense of reality, but also a sense of humor about his diagnosis. He joked with the Today Show host that in just a matter of weeks, he's gone from a Virgo to a Cancer. I'm Michael Cast.
This is your 24/7 news update. The latest news this hour in just 4 minutes.
Florida Republican Matt Gaetz is stepping down from Congress after being nominated for U.S. Attorney General by President-elect Donald Trump. Resignation means the House Ethics Committee investigating Gaetz over allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use will no longer have the ability to continue its probe. Post on Truth Social, Trump praised his pick, calling Gaetz a deeply gifted and tenacious attorney. South Dakota Republican Senator Mike Rounds was asked if he'll vote to confirm Gaetz as Attorney General.
We always allow the president to have the benefit of the doubt. But
That was fun as hell.
Our role in terms
I gotta do that again.
Florida Republican
The chain
Senator
came
Marco
off, bro.
Rubio, who is
I
Trump's
gotta
nominee for
capture that.
Secretary of State, says
I'm gonna tighten my
he
bracket
believes
up,
Gaetz
too.
will do a good job
Because I
as
want it
Attorney
right
General
there.
if he's
So
confirmed.
y'all can capture that
House
shit
Speaker
again
Mike
real
Johnson
quick.
is being nominated by Republicans to retain his position for another 2 years. Johnson was running unopposed and won the speakership nomination on a voice vote. Republicans also voted Steve Scalise as House Majority Leader. The nearly 21,000-acre mountain fire in California's Ventura County is now 79% contained. Daniel Martindale with the latest.
Damage totals were updated on Wednesday, 1 week after the fire started. At latest count, 239 structures are destroyed and another 124 are damaged. They include residential and commercial structures and outbuildings like sheds. There's still no official cause of the mountain fire.
President-elect Trump has been adamant there will be immigration raids and mass deportations. In Texas, there are worries that Hispanic Americans could be unfairly caught in the mix. Hard work and making it work.
Let's do that again, bro.
Born and raised here and working hard to make our economy grow. That's San Antonio State Senator Roland Gutierrez. Some of Trump's surrogates have said they will instead focus on those who have committed crimes other than being in the country illegally. I'm Michael Castro. Members of the Congressional Committee are talking about possible extraterrestrial activity. Brian Shook with more.
Elizondo said under oath without proof that extraterrestrial life is confirmed. He also suggested that federal workers who were hurt by UFOs were placed on leave and are receiving compensation.
If Vice President Kamala Harris runs for governor of California in 2026, she could have a significant edge over other candidates. Lisa Taylor with more.
A survey from the UC Berkeley Institute shows that nearly half of voters might support her, with strong backing from Democrats, about 72% of whom would consider her candidacy. However, the poll indicates that support for her as governor is lower than for her presidential run this year. 46% of likely voters showing at least some interest in her bid for governor. In comparison, she's received 59% of the votes in California for the presidential race. I'm Lisa Taylor.
Today, we honor 2 yards of fabric that can save your life. Free tennis with more on National Seatbelt Day.
The National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act required all new cars to have seatbelts installed in 1969. But having seatbelts and getting people to use them are two different things. People didn't really click until 1986 when every state, with the exception of New Hampshire, required drivers and passengers to buckle up. The NTSB says 92% of us use a seatbelt every day, but males ages 16 to 24 are the least likely to click it.
The social media platform X is seeing a massive user exodus one day after the presidential election. Over 115,000 users deactivated their account. I'm Michael Kastner.
Y'all ready? Bike truck, but I came way back up here just to get y'all another glimpse of it again. Let's go. That was fire. 1, 2, 3. She got gas. She got gas in her. This That was fire. I'm not gonna lie, that was fire. This is fire too over here, right?
This is your 24/7 news update.
Oh, that's hard.
This hour at just
I could have hit it, but I went too slow.
Florida Republican Matt Gaetz is stepping down from Congress after being nominated for U.S. Attorney General by President-elect Donald Trump. Resignation means the House Ethics Committee investigating Gaetz over allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use will no longer have the ability to continue its probe. In a post on Truth Social, Trump praised his pick, calling Gaetz a deeply